video game!
A couple weeks ago, we talked about a Mass Effect rumor for Mass Effect 5, and I'm like, no, I'm not buying this. I don't believe this. Well, today I read a Punch-Out rumor. So this was on The Gamer, written by George Foster. New Punch-Out reportedly unlikely due to character stereotype backlash. A developer who worked on 2009's Punch-Out game for the Wii has reportedly claimed that the series is unlikely to return due to the significant backlash to its stereotypical characters. You guys, if you were here, I played this a few months ago. Did you see anything offensive with any of these characters in Punch-Out? They all come from different regions of the world. They all come from different countries, so they all have things that their country's known for kind of thrown into their character or their dialogue or their attire. But was there anything offensive in any of that? Well, we're going to go through the roster for that 2009 game and see. Now, there was people that might have been offended with the original game, especially Piston Honda's dialogue. But they're talking about the 2009 one. You guys saw me play the game. Is there anybody in that game that you thought was offensive? You were here for that stream, and no, I didn't find anything offensive. Well, I guarantee you, and we're going to go through this, I guarantee you that the people that are offended by the characters in Punch-Out are not the people from the countries that these characters are from. No, they look like this. All right, these are the people that are offended. So we got to stop catering to these people. The people like actually from these countries, you think they're complaining about Punch-Out? Nintendo's a Japanese company. Do you think people in Japan are complaining about Piston, Hondo now? Significant backlash to its characters. Significant. I don't remember any backlash for this. Any. So the article goes on, one of my biggest hopes for the Switch 2 is to finally see a successor to 2009's Punch-Out from Next Level Games. That is the studio that Nintendo hired to make that Punch-Out, which captured the original's charm and dialed it up to 11. It seems that Nintendo doesn't quite see it that way, though, as a developer who worked on the game has seemingly shut down any hopes of it returning. So we're now saying that somebody that worked on the 2009 game, that works for Next Level Games, is saying Nintendo is not going to make a new Punch-Out because of the backlash. Do you actually think that somebody that works for this company knows what the hell Nintendo in Japan is talking about? Seriously. Do you think that this is the president of the company that's saying this? Or somebody that just worked on the game? Like, there's no way that this guy that works on this for this company that Nintendo hired to make this one game knows what the people up high in corporate Japanese Nintendo is talking about. But we'll go on. As pointed out by Nintendo Everything, a Reset Era user recently started a thread discussing Punch-Out and saying they hope to see Little Mac return in Nintendo's future. That prompted a response from gaming journalist, well, there you go, there's the first problem, gaming journalist and kinda funny presenter Imran Khan, who shared an anecdote from when they got drunk with a developer that's close to the series. Like, right there, over, done. And then they say seemingly meaning from Next Level Games. All right? Done. Right there. There's no credibility to this rumor. A gaming journalist said they got drunk with a developer that's close to the series. And then that this developer, it goes on, the anonymous developer said that there was significantly more backlash regarding the game's stereotypical character designs than Nintendo or Next Level Games expected. This was after the developers assured Nintendo that it wouldn't be a problem, leaving them to furrow their brows and call it done. Do you think Nintendo didn't have final say on those characters? Do you think that this company that they hired just made Punch-Out and it went out the door as is without Nintendo approving anything? These are Nintendo's characters. This is Nintendo's IP. I guarantee you every single person on that roster had to be approved by Nintendo. Holy. I would like to punch out the people that are offended. Well, Anderson, here, let me bring him back up again. These are the people that are offended. So, continuing on, This, combined with the fact that Next Level Games had other titles with more sales potential, has basically put the final nail in the coffin for Punch-Out!, as it seems tough to bring the series back without its iconic characters from across the world. While Nintendo could do a new Punch-Out! With a different developer, it does seem like a tall task considering how important the characters are to the series. Nintendo can make the games themselves! Nintendo can hire anybody that they want to make this game. You think that the company that made this game in 2009, which most likely you would think most of the people still aren't there, the way the turnover in the gaming industry, you think Nintendo can't make Punch-Out! Without Next Level Games. Okay, the game was absolutely amazing. So you're telling me nobody else can make an amazing Punch-Out! But those guys? Come on. And you think Nintendo is going to stop using these characters that sell the series because of reported, rumored, significant Look, there's no backlash. This is absolute horseshit to me. Let's go through the roster, and you tell me who is supposed to be offended by these people. Glass Joe from France. What are we offended by? That he eats French bread? Von Kaiser? Disco Kid? King Hippo. Who's King Hippo? Who's offended by King Hippo? The Hippos? Piston Hondo? This is a Japanese company. Bear Hugger? What are big burly men that chop down trees offended? Great Tiger? People in India are offended by Great Tiger? Don Flamenco? Alright, maybe because he's bald. Aaron Ryan? I don't even remember where he's from. Soda Popinski. I guess all of the Russian soda drinkers that are bodybuilder looking are offended by this. Bald Bull. All of us bald people. We don't like them. Get rid of the mustache. Hard to take a story serious when the source is the drunk guy at the bar. Exactly. Super Macho Man. Who's he offensive to? California guys in their 50s? And Mr. Sandman. Who's offended by Mr. Sandman? Here it is, guys. Now, we didn't see this fighter because I didn't play the second tour. But the last fighter in this is what everybody's upset about. The last fighter in the second tour is Donkey Kong. I think the apes are upset. The apes are upset. We've solved it. We've solved where the backlash, the significant backlash for stereotypes has come. It's come from the gorillas and apes that think it's stereotyping to have Donkey Kong eat bananas. All right, there's a little more credibility to this article now that we figured that out. But I don't see anything offensive by any of these characters. I don't remember any significant backlash. People play these games all the time. Who is upset about these characters besides these people? And they probably don't even know what Punch-Out! Is. The source is a drunk guy at the bar. Not only is he a drunk guy at the bar, he's close to the series. They think he worked for Next Level Games, which isn't Nintendo. Nintendo hired them. So this drunk guy at the bar, who probably got people coffee that made Punch-Out!, is now saying that he knows the conversations that are going on at Nintendo headquarters in Japan, and there's not going to be another Punch-Out! Game. This is such horseshit, man. No way. You think Dave Meltzer was writing these video game rumors. But look, we're 0 for 2 on rumors. That Mass Effect one from a couple weeks ago, I don't believe that. And this Punch-Out! One, I don't believe that. Look, it's been a long time, and we talked about that when I played this game. Nintendo does not make a lot of Punch-Out! Games. In their history, they had the 2 arcade games, Punch-Out! And Super Punch-Out!. Then they had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!. They had Super Punch-Out! On Super Nintendo. And they had the Wii game. So they've made 5 Punch-Out! Games since the early 80s. So they don't make a lot of these games. The fact that we haven't gotten one in this amount of time is not because of significant backlash. It's because Nintendo just doesn't pump out Punch-Out! Games like they do the rest of their franchises. I think they could. I think 15 years is way too long to have another Punch-Out! Game. We're going on 16. I don't think that has anything to do with this backlash. Like, I'm telling you, guys, I don't remember any backlash. Do any of you? So, yeah, I'm not buying this one bit. I think we will see a Punch-Out! Game. I think they'll continue with the same type of characters that they're doing. I don't think these are offensive to... If you're in one of these countries and these characters offend you, then tell me and let me know. If you're offended by Glass Joe, you better be from France. If you're offended by Great Tiger, you better be from India. If you're offended by Bald Bull, you better be bald. You better be one of us. But I do hope this, Nintendo, we need more Punch-Out! Games, and we need one soon, and I would love to see a new Punch-Out! Even launch with the next Nintendo console.